Kagurabachi. With that, I'm going to pass this one over to Josh.
Thanks, Chris. Kagurabachi, chapter number 94. The second arrow. What was the first arrow? I guess we'll talk about it later. I genuinely don't know. Last week, we ended the chapter off with Senior Masumi. Mini Masumi's grandfather confirmed 100%. The author told me that was the case.
Okay.
You guys will see soon. He did let me know.
I'm so jealous you know him, and he told you.
Yeah, I mean, he said he likes how I cover the series, so. I'm glad. I'm trying to stay humble. So anyway, he had met up with Hakuri, the girl, Kimi, right?
No, Kiri.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miss Kiri. Masumi and the executioner dude. Man, I know their names are like right here, but they just was trying to figure out what could possibly be the case with the Shinichi being compromised because they sealed it and the Hishaku came through with such a small attack force compared to the Kamunabi vast headquarters. So, this seems like a crazy, insane risk, but they're probably confident. So they just couldn't figure out what the issue could be. This chapter, this week's, really just continues with more of that speculation, but we get a bit more in depth talking about the Shinichi itself. Like was mentioned in the previous chapters, they checked the Shinichi to see if it had been tampered with before they resealed it. However, if the blade was to be tampered, if the blade was tampered with and they didn't see that on the check, that means that there's a possibility that somebody is betraying them. And by somebody, I mean one of the three head sorcerers, being Mini Masumi Senior himself, a dude named Kazan, who is the lead. I think he's the
leader guy, right?
He's the Kumanami's leader, right? So it's the right, and that's what I say. And Yatsuru, who is his assistant. Right, so they were the ones strong enough to be, and powerful enough with their sorcery to actually seal the Shinichi. And they'd have to confirm, that would be the worst case scenario, I guess. Right, like I mentioned, Mini Masumi's biggest concern is that one of the three of them, well, I guess not him, one of the other two is colluding with the Hishaku. He also says that it's possible that the Hishaku could have passed it on to many different people at the time. There's a lot that happened in this chapter. I guess I didn't want to read it panel by panel, but because there's a lot of context. But they just anyway, they finally reached the Shinichi to figure out what if there could be an issue, or maybe they could re-examine it. And when they get there, the Shinichi is fine. It's sealed. It doesn't seem like there's any foul play, but right as Hakuri, right as Masumi Senior is about to tell him to transport the Shinichi to the warehouse, the leader of the Kamunabi is like, nah. As the Shinichi starts to unravel a little bit Um, and that's not good. But we cut to the fight that's been going on between Uraha, Natsuki, uh, and
Hokuto.
the Hishaku members Hokuto and Yura of the string. They're locked in intense combat. Natsuri is really going at Hokuto, releases an electric attack, and he says, "Oh, so the duel is over." I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean, but I think he's talking about because Uraha just landed a pretty critical blow on Yura, like slashing his belly, and Yura
He said that
is
because they used sorcery. There wasn't supposed to be sorcery used.
so the regular sword duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, good catch, Brian. I guess that makes sense. So yeah, Uraha. Like I said, Uraha slashes Yura, and he's having a monologue in his head that essentially boils down to him starting to take this like seriously now because there's not a lot of time to waste. He says, "So be it." His power level dramatically increases as he grabs both Uraha and Natsuki by the fucking throat in a split second. We cut back over to where Mini Masumi Sr., the Kuminabi leader, and both Hakuri, the other guys, they're in the room with the Shinuchi, and they notice that there's power leaking from the seal, which pretty much confirms the fear of Masumi, of Mini Masumi Sr., which was that somebody probably charged the Shinuchi with their spiritual energy and then concealed that spiritual energy during the sealing process. He says, "I don't believe it." And before we're able to confirm who might have betrayed them, it seems like they're leaning towards the leader, but I'm not quite sure about that. We see Yura saying, "I charged the Shinuchi with my spirit energy right before we submitted it to the Rakuzaichi auction." Rakuzaichi?
Yeah, you said
Whatever. So they say the whole point of the Rakuzachi was to find out who had commanded the Shinuchi, essentially using the Sazanami clan as fodder or whoever else would end up buying the Shinuchi and then using it just to confirm how the power works. Although they already had a suspicion that it like has like a really negative impact on like whoever tries to use the sword, and like Chris and Brian have been telling me, and that I for some reason didn't just accept. The owner of the past owner of the Shinuchi, oh no, the current owner of the Shinuchi, who was contracted to it, is able to infiltrate the minds of people who try to use the Shinuchi. So you have to have a really strong mental fortitude and desire to be able to control it, just like the Sazanami, the leader of the Sazanami clan, did back in that arc. So yeah, they've seen that it's possible to access the energy for access the power of the Shinuchi for at least a limited amount of time. And that's exactly what Yura does as he summons the centipede ability and says, "With this power, we will overthrow you." Remember when I said he was taking it serious? And the last panel we get before the end of the chapter is a bunch of black, I'm assuming, crow feathers
Yeah, boy.
approaching. It's just turning up. That's the end of the chapter. Brian, what were your thoughts?
RGC.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
God fucking damn. I don't know how he does it. Like, so here's the thing about Hokuzono is that sometimes sometimes he just randomly injects information that you didn't know about at the beginning of a chapter. Like it's like every chapter on its own has its own like story to be told. You know what I mean? Like its own objective. And it feels like that's when he introduces certain information. Because it's so unique to this series where it happens very often where he'll start with an explanation as to why something is the way that it is, or he'll introduce a character that's going to be prominent within the chapter or future chapters. Like he really chooses the perfect moment to introduce information. And it's not like it's an ass pull kind of thing where it's just like, oh, this plot needs to serve this purpose. This plot point needs to serve this purpose. So I'm just going to fucking craft this shit and pull it out of thin air, right? Like it just feels like it makes sense within the world too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the introduction to people like injecting like energy into things feels like something that could happen within the series. And it feels like it's weird because we still don't really know that much about how sorcery works within this universe, right? Like it's still kind of vague. So we're learning about it as the series is going on. Where like we're learning about the rules and how much it can be used like as it's going. So it's just very unique to the series. I really love this style. I don't know how to describe it, but I really love how precise he is with how he tells the story. Because once he tells you something, it's immediately put to use. Like I'm almost immediately. So I'm a big fan of that. And I just don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. Like there's no way of figuring out what in the world is gonna happen next. So I'm just like, I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm just along for the fucking ride because if Toby Mune, like you're gonna have Toby Mune, Enten, you're gonna have another former enchanted sword wielder against like somebody who's borrowing the power of the Magatsumi. So I don't know. That like you don't know what the fuck is gonna happen next chapter. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Fucking awesome. Awesome chapter.
Yeah. This was also my RGC.
Certified RGC.
Not surprising, I suppose.
RGC. Certified RGC.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not a crazy concept, you know, just like the idea of, you know, funneling your energy into something. I think they mentioned something about this before where you know, Kyora, Hakuri's dad mentioned that the way to do that is to like channel his energy into it, and that's how you register items into the warehouse. But yeah, this is a really cool chapter. I feel like this was such a simple thing. I probably, if I thought hard enough about it, I probably could have called it. That Yura was going to be able to, you know, use the Shinuchi in some way. But it was really effectively done, and it's really cool for this villain who was getting his ass beat. He's going up against two of the strongest guys, and now he's got just like such an upper hand. It's very cool because he's not like near the Shinuchi right now, so he still has to deal with Uraha right now before he could go down and get it. And yeah, the pacing was great. I did not see it coming, except for as soon as they like showed the three people who could be possibly the traitors, and I just look at Kasten's face and was like, this guy's a hater for sure. It's him.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit of expectation, you know, being
I don't even
shattered.
remember the girl though.
Well, we didn't spend a lot of time with the Kamunabi actually, so there's a lot of people I don't remember on the Kamunabi. She's barely had any lines, I imagine. But yeah, this Kasten guy, I know he's like the typical kind of older leader guy, but there was something about him that's like, oh, this guy's different. Having the leader of the good guy organization turn tail is very cool. I wonder how that's going to turn out. Unless he didn't. Unless they're just, this is a red herring where he's going to be like, I know what you're thinking. This wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It was the girl, actually. So
She got me around the evil sword wielder. It wasn't me.
yeah. She loosened the seal. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. How could I forget he left a little bit of energy?
But he was saying how like they would have detected it unless one of those three like messed with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
process.
It was
They would've
definitely.
detected Yura's
I think it's pretty much Kasen. But
Kaleem Carson.
what?
So there's a player on the Cowboys named Kaleem Carson. Kaleem Kaysen.
Colleen Kasen?
Shit. I'm high. I don't remember his name.
Damn it. I'm high. I don't remember anymore. Colleen Kasen. Is he from Colleen?
He's a cornerback.
Kasen. How do you spell his name? Casen?
I'll look it up on the app. I got you. Kaleem Carson.
Carson. Colleen Carson. Okay. I found him. Kalen Carson.
Yeah.
I thought he was from Colleen. Anyway. Yeah. Kaysen is yeah, it's pretty much Kaysen. I'm here for it. It's a good twist. Here's my big prediction for how this is gonna go with this arc. And I'm not putting no Ron Burgundy on it. So, hold your horses there. But I think that at the end of this arc, Yura's gonna die. And he's gonna die sacrificing himself to get the Shinichi Master out. And then Shinichi Master is gonna be the new head of the not the Kamunabi, the Hishaku.
I don't know.
Because for whatever
The thing
reason,
is-
I don't see Yura making out of this. For some reason.
Nah, I feel like Yura's like his goal is to wield the sword. He didn't say anything about like, not being present for it. You know what I mean? I don't think so.
You
I
really
feel like
believe
he's
in this
got too
theory?
much. He's got too much. Like he has some self-preservation. Like some.
Well, I don't feel good enough about it to wrong Burgundy you, Brian. But that's just my 2 cents. That's where I'm feeling. Maybe next week, if more things come to corroborate my theory, I might place it. I might just place it, and I'll have 3 wrong Burgundies going at the same time, unless you guys don't take it. But
I feel like Yura's is very intelligent. It seems as though he has contingencies for his contingencies.
well, it's not a matter of him being intelligent or not. I think this is the plan for him. Because I think he understands the risk, definitely. Like, he came in, like, the whole reason that he even did the Rakuzaichi thing was, like, to use Kyora Sazanami as a test subject. Because he knew this shit was going to be really intense. And I think even now he understands, it's like, oh, there's a chance that this actually kills me. But, I'm not 100% sure. I'm right in the 40% sure camp that this might be a thing. I'm 40% sold on my own theory.
I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be all right.
But
If this is the second arrow, then what was the first?
Wasn't it sending Sawamura? Wasn't it sending, what's his name? Is his name Sawamura?
Samura?
Samura. Wasn't it sending Samura to Kyoto or something? Wasn't that the first arrow? Because I remember earlier they did something about 2 arrows a while ago, but I forget what he said.
I think the Kamunabi maybe infiltrate, not the Kamunabi, sorry, the Hishaku infiltrating itself is the first arrow, but the seal unsealing, like the seal not being actually sealed, is the second arrow.
Like, oh, so him using
Yeah, him gaining access to the Shinichi's powers is the second arrow. One thing I am excited for is that it looks like Samura is showing up next chapter, so that's something to look forward to. Very into it. Samura and Chihiro are going to pull up in a very cool 2-page spread where they're both going to be doing this with their swords, and they're going to be like, eh. It's going to be the 17,000th close-up of them doing this, and I'll fall for it every time.
I do not get the reference.
The White Purity style.
Oh,
Them going like,
yeah, you're right.
it'll look cool every time. They'll do it 17 more times throughout this arc, and I'll still be like, oh.
Yeah, it's always drawn so crispy.
Yeah. But those are my thoughts. Josh, what did you think about Kagurabachi?
Yeah, I'm fixated on who the traitor might be. I think the reason why I didn't believe that the user was infiltrating the people is that I thought that was like, I don't know if on the nose is the right way to put it. I just thought that was like too like obvious. And Kagurabachi kind of tries to like surprise you in different type of ways. So I just assumed it was like something different going on. But I still believe in this situation here, I don't think any of these three actually betrayed. I think something else happened.
Oh.
But I don't know what. I don't know. I don't believe the leader of the Kamunabi did it. But if he did, well, he's looking at him and he's like...
He looks very serious right now. He looks very traitory to me.
I don't know. Why would the leader do that?
I don't know.
And who is this lady? Listen, I got a lot of questions, and I guess we gotta wait to find out.
The lady is one of the Kamunabi people. We've seen her before.
I know.
She just has like had zero. You know.
I need to know who she is, though. Type shit.
Yeah.
Type
Type shit.